I'll go. I just need to blow up everybody except Bunny, right? Huh.
Hi. So, the First Descendant just came out, and I'm not gonna lie, I had no idea about this game, like at all. I didn't play the open beta, I didn't do any of that. I kind of just found it was mindlessly scrolling on my phone, and I thought to try it out, so why not? So, I just wanted to pop back in real quick before the video starts, and just wanted to say that, I'm an idiot, and I may or may not have forgotten to unmute my microphone when recording this. So it's gonna have, kind of a mixture of live reactions and then this kind of narration, but I guess it's all gonna be narrated, because I forgot to unmute my mic, or my game just didn't capture my mic audio or something because it was all on the PlayStation. But just bear with me, and the video quality is still, something's wrong, but I've ordered something to hopefully help that fix, and it'll come in soon. So just bear with me for a little. I promise I'll get it working.
Wait for me! There's no iron heart on that side either.
And this is the only place left.
Let's get this over with. The
I
architect.
got you. Hold on. Let me just. There we go. Okay.
So, do you know what the heart looks like?
We'll know when we see it.
So the game kind of starts us off in this tutorial-like area where it's just kind of teaching us some of the basic controls. Well, not really teaching us anything right this second, but as you can see, I'm kind of messing around, and we're following this Bunny character, and she's like some speedster. I don't know, man. And so we're like, oh, there's a pit, and then we kind of move on, and we have to go meet to the rendezvous.
Better find a way around.
Be careful, buddy. Something's not
Eventually, we make our way into these first few enemies, and the game actually kind of is showing us how. I mean, this is a looter shooter after all, so it's just kind of giving us a basic idea of what it is and how to shoot. And then eventually, we make our way and meet up with Bunny, and then she leads us on somewhere else.
No need to brag.
And then for some reason, I decide to open my menu and check right before a cutscene, and this ends up getting stuck on my screen for the entirety of the cutscene. I'm spamming buttons trying to get it to go off, and it's not coming off. So I guess this is just, part of it now. And boom, now we're spawned into the main island, which is called Albion. And then here I'm looking at the world map and going straight to the mission that it wants me to go to, because I don't, that's where it's telling me to go, which is having me go straight to Kingston. So that's kind of, I thought that was kind of funny. It's not letting me explore Albion, or it's not telling me to. It's straight to this new area, and we gotta go talk to Bunny again.
The enemy's close. This doesn't
And
feel
it's
good.
here where we start our first
Seems like Alpha
mission.
doesn't
Buddy
trust the
keeps
guide at all.
talking. And
The arcade from the guide felt
talking.
familiar.
Yeah, then now we go and get started.
The invading Vulcan forces are establishing positions. We need to clear out the building before they really dig in.
First mission has me just do some basic fighting some enemies, clear out the building kind of thing. Very,
I'm picking up enemy
very
transmissions.
just basic mission. And here you can see I'm messing with these things called Descendant modules, and basically you pick up them from fighting various enemies and killing them, and then you can kind of you have to drag them into into certain slots, and they boost your stats. And the same thing applies, I'm sure you'll see eventually, with the weapons and the reactor core and other attachments, which I'll show later.
There we go. Okay, cool. Found a weapon apparently. What's that is
So then I had to pick up this weird cell bomb thing, and then I carried it over to this enemy generator, I guess. And I had these two other guys helping me, and I carried it over here, and then, you know, run over there, and then eventually you put it in, and the whole thing just goes kablooey. A very underwhelming explosion. And then I finished off these last few enemies and completed that mission. But I got, you know, just pretty decent stuff for this level, and then I went back and kind of explored my menu some more. And I found these things called mastery ranks, but for the life of me, I could not figure out how to level them up. At least not till late.
quest.
Then I decided just to take a dive into my quests and see what's going on. I found this one for the bunny suit, and you had to do like 3 other missions or certain missions, and you get the stuff for it, and then you could build a bunny suit, which you'll see later is actually the bunny character, or descendant as they're called. And then I made my way over to this little mission thing, and this one actually was a special mission that required me to pick a private or public operation, which I picked public. So after I hit public, it initialized and it kind of put me in this thing, and I spawned with 3 other people, so a total of 4 of us.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
And then eventually we made our way to this very first area where we shot a bunch of enemies, and we had to basically just eliminate all the targets to kind of progress it forward. And I accidentally opened my map because I'm an idiot, and then I started trying to look, and that's something you'll see quickly, is as you're fighting enemies, they will drop so many weapons, and like I'm constantly switching out my weapons for better weapons. It's a constant stream. And after another area that was pretty similar to the last one, just run through, shoot everybody in the face, and then just move on with your life, we got to this other area where the goal was the exact same, except now you have to shoot a stronger guy in the face. He's got a little gold health bar, as you can see, and he's a bit stronger, but with 4 of us just throwing everything we got at him, he didn't really stand a chance. And then I went on hacker mode on this little tablet thing, and then bada bing bada boom, we completed this mission. And this one is not like your other typical missions. This one's like a regular, or like, it's not a regular, it's like a regular dungeon thing. Like, think a regular dungeon of most of the games. Then I just had a little celebratory shooting and then moved on to Albion.
Damn it! The situation continues to get worse.
But that doesn't mean everything is lost.
Oh lord, it's a cutscene. Damn it!
Just how much do you plan to rely on that guide?
You prefer to keep sending in the investigative core? Sentry.
That's true.
So after that whole thing and another few minutes of this guy talking, I eventually made it to my map and went back to Kingston, which is where the next few missions were. And these missions just involve, you know, the typical hack the thing, fight enemies off. And after a couple of times doing this, just shooting enemies in the face with, again, constantly better and better guns, I beat the mission. And went back to looking at weapon upgrade modules, which one you see here. So this is like the Descendant one, but it's for each specific weapon. And after quite a few other missions that were more or less the same, we found Bunny again and say, hey, we got the target, and then she talks for a while.
Great.
To be honest, the operation to retrieve the Ironheart failed, and I got injured. Ugh.
Oh, slumber.
And here we have another one of the, you know, more typical dungeons where you do it with up to 3 other people or either by yourself. So of course I chose to do it with 3 other people because I am not skilled enough at video games to do anything. So we all spawned in, and this dungeon was more or less kind of similar to the previous one that y'all saw. So I'm just gonna kind of briefly go over it. Now, something that was different about this dungeon is this little thing that you have to destroy. Now, this thing is, you can see up these little health segments, usually, for a lot of these. And these ones, this will... You have to kill all the enemies, and then you have to damage it, and then once it gains its shield back, you have to kill all the other enemies again, and repeat that cycle. And then what you're seeing here is I just teleported to these little, they're called no resurrection zones, which I don't know, I haven't died fully in one of these yet, so I think what this means is just if you die, you can't respawn. Now, what makes this one different was we had to fight this big, like really big dude in the middle, and he kept throwing bombs at us, and he had a lot of health, and he had this really annoying thing where you had to kill all of the other little orbs above him to actually damage him, and yeah, it was really annoying. But it was also a lot of fun. So after all of that, it's time to fight my first boss. You'll see what I mean. Meet the Grave Walker. So overall, I would honestly rate this game pretty decently. Honestly, it's certainly, it plays extremely similarly to games like Destiny and Warhammer. It's super similar to those, but in all honesty, I've had a lot of fun, and this is me like 2 or 3 days after initially recording this video, finishing this up because I'm lazy. I know, but I've been playing this game nonstop for the past few days. It's a lot of fun, surprisingly, and I'm honestly kind of surprised. And for that, I'm gonna give it, I would say, 6 to 7 out of 10. And the only reason I give it a 6 out of 10 is because it's good, it's addicting, it's good, but it has so much potential. If I will definitely come back and do like a re-review of it, like maybe a year, a few months down the line, to kind of see where the game is at, because that'll help me kind of reestablish. But it's all a matter of where the devs take the game from here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I know my upload schedule has been very far and few between, but I'm starting to work towards, actually working on my videos, practicing, getting better at my editing. So if y'all would subscribe and like, I would really appreciate that. Just kind of help out. And let me know, feel free to comment down below with whatever kinds of videos you want to see. If you made it this far, I'll see you next time.